Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. There's this one move, one thing that will make any man, and I don't care what kind of man he is, fall for you. It's not a trick. It's not a game. It's not some little TikTok hack. It's deeper than that. See, everybody's out here thinking they got to change who they are to get somebody to love them. But the truth, the move that works on any man is being a woman who carries herself like she's already loved. Confidence is the thing that changes everything. I've been around a long time, and I've seen men fall for women who weren't the prettiest in the room, who weren't the youngest, who weren't the flashiest, but they had one thing that set them apart. They carried themselves like they were already valuable. And let me tell you something. When a woman walks into a room knowing who she is and what she's worth, she's unstoppable. A man feels that before you even speak. It's in the way you move, the way you look at people, the way you sit in your own skin without apologizing for it. Confidence is not about being loud. It's about being sure. See, most people think confidence is something you're born with. No, confidence is a decision. It's waking up every day and saying, I'm enough. It's choosing not to compete with anybody because you know there's only one you. And when a man meets a woman like that, it throws him off in the best way. He's used to women trying to impress him, trying to adapt to him, trying to win him over. But when you stand in front of him and you just being yourself unapologetically, he can't help but respect it. And respect is the first step to love. When you're confident, you don't need to oversell yourself. You're not trying to convince a man to pick you. You're showing up in your truth, and you let him decide if he's worthy to stand beside you. And I know some people might say, well, Steve, won't that scare a man away? Yes, it will scare the wrong man away. But the right man, he'll be drawn in. Because deep down, every man wants a woman who challenges him, who inspires him, who doesn't just follow, but has her own path. Confidence also shows up in how you handle yourself when things don't go your way. Anybody can feel good when life is perfect. But when you get told no, when someone tries to play you, when things get tough, do you crumble or do you stand? A man is watching that. He's paying attention to how you handle rejection, setbacks, and challenges. And when he sees that you don't let those moments define you, he realizes you've got strength he can't buy, can't fake, can't replace. Another thing about confidence, it's contagious. When you believe in yourself, the people around you start believing in themselves too. And for a man, that's powerful because men love to feel like they've got a partner who lifts them up, not one who needs constant rescuing. You become the type of woman he's proud to bring into any room because you shine without trying to outshine anyone. You're not competing, you're just being. And that makes you unforgettable. Now, here's the truth. Confidence doesn't mean you have it all together. It doesn't mean you never have insecurities. Everybody has insecurities. The difference is a confident woman doesn't let those insecurities run the show. She knows her flaws, but she also knows her strengths, and she leans into them. She works on herself, but she doesn't wait until she's perfect to live fully. And that right there, that self-acceptance, is magnetic. Men notice how you talk about yourself. If you're always putting yourself down, making little jokes about how you're not enough, he'll believe you. But when you speak life over yourself, when you walk like you belong, he sees that you value yourself. And he's going to treat you according to the value you set. You teach people how to treat you. And confidence is the lesson. The truth is, A man can fall for beauty in a moment, but it's confidence that makes him stay. Beauty might catch his eye, but confidence grabs his heart. And it's not just about standing tall, it's about owning your space in the world, knowing your prize, and never lowering your worth to fit into someone else's box. When you show up like that, you don't have to chase love. Love finds you. The power of mystery is one of the most overlooked things in relationships today. We live in a world where everybody puts their whole life on display. Social media got people thinking you got to show every meal you eat, every place you go, every thought that crosses your mind. But let me tell you something. Mystery is attractive. It's not about playing games or hiding who you are. It's about letting someone discover you little by little instead of giving them the entire story on the first day. A man values what he has to earn. And if you give everything away too soon, you take away the thrill of the chase. See, when you first meet somebody, it's tempting to want them to know every detail about you. You want them to see how amazing you are, all the things you've done, the struggles you've overcome, the dreams you have for the future. But if you unload it all at once, you leave no room for curiosity. And curiosity is what keeps a man coming back. When he's intrigued, he thinks about you when you're not around. He wonders what else is behind that smile, what other layers you got. Mystery keeps him invested. It's not about being secretive in a shady way. It's about pacing the connection. Just like a good book, you don't want to give away the ending in the first chapter. You let the story unfold, you let the plot develop, and every chapter makes him want to turn the page. That's what mystery does in a relationship. It's the reason some people stay on your mind for years, because you never fully unlocked all of who they were, and a part of you always wanted to. Men are wired to pursue. It's in their nature to go after what they find valuable. But if there's no pursuit, if there's no challenge, they lose interest quickly. When you maintain a sense of mystery, you give him something to work for. And working for it makes him appreciate it more when he gets it. The problem is too many people mistake accessibility for connection. Just because you can give someone all of you instantly doesn't mean you should. Sometimes holding back a little is the most loving thing you can do for yourself and for the relationship. Mystery is also about self-control. You can be excited about someone without putting all your cards on the table. You can be open without being completely exposed. You can let him know you like him without making him feel like he's already won you over. Because once a man feels like there's nothing left to discover, his mind starts wandering. That's just how it is. But when he senses there's more to you, more dreams, more depth, more stories, he's going to stick around to find out. It's also in the little things. How you text, how you carry yourself, how you spend time apart. You don't need to answer every message in 30 seconds. You don't need to be available every single time he calls. You have your own life, your own priorities, your own schedule. That independence is part of the mystery. It shows him you're not sitting around waiting for his attention to feel valuable. You got things going on and he's lucky to be part of it. And here's the truth. Mystery doesn't fade when you're in a long-term relationship. The couples who keep the spark alive know how to keep surprising each other. They don't assume they've learned everything there is to know. They keep asking questions. They keep creating new experiences. They keep a little bit of unpredictability in the mix. That's what keeps love exciting. When you hold on to your mystery, you're telling a man, I'm worth discovering. You're not rushing the process because you know you're more than just a quick thrill. Your whole story. And you're going to let him read it one chapter at a time. That patience, that restraint, that quiet confidence, that's what makes him fall for you and keep falling. Authenticity is one of the most attractive qualities a woman can have. See, too many people out here putting on a show trying to be what they think somebody else wants. They dress how they think he likes. They talk how they think he likes. They act how they think will get his attention. But the truth is you can't fake forever. A performance will always come to an end. And when it does, the real you will show. If that real you isn't what you've been presenting, that's when things fall apart. When you're authentic, you give a man the gift of meeting the real you from day one. That means no pretending, no bending yourself out of shape to fit into his world, no trying to mold yourself into his fantasy. It means showing up exactly as you are, the good, the flaws, the quirks, the passions, all of it. And here's the beauty of it. The right man will love you more for it. The wrong man will walk away, and that's exactly what you want. Because if he can't handle the truth of who you are, he has no business being in your life. Men fall for authenticity because it's rare. The world is full of filters, fake smiles, and polished images. When a man meets a woman who's genuine, who speaks her mind, who laughs from her soul, it's refreshing. It's like taking a deep breath after being in a crowded room. You can't put a price on that kind of comfort. And when he feels like he can be himself around you too, that's when the connection gets real. Authenticity also means you're not afraid to share your boundaries, your needs, and your standards. You're not scared he's going to run away if you say, that doesn't work for me. You're not worried about being too much or too little. You're simply being honest. And that honesty builds trust. A man can respect a woman who's clear about who she is and what she wants, even if it's not what he's looking for. But a man can respect someone who's constantly changing just to keep him happy. When you're authentic, you naturally attract people who align with you. You don't have to chase. You don't have to convince. You're living in your truth, and the ones meant for you will see it and be drawn to it. That's why authenticity is so powerful. It filters people for you. It saves you time, energy, and heartache, because anyone who's not for the real you will remove themselves. It's not about being perfect. In fact, it's your imperfections that often make you the most relatable, the most lovable. The way you snort when you laugh, the way you talk with your hands, the way you get passionate about something small, those are the things that make you unique. When you try to hide all of that, you rob people of the chance to connect with the real you. And here's the thing, authenticity isn't just for the dating phase, it's for the whole relationship. If you start off pretending, you'll spend the whole relationship pretending. That's exhausting. But if you start off being yourself, you can relax, you can be at ease, you can grow together without fear of being found out. And when life gets real, because it will, you'll already have a foundation of honesty and trust to stand on. A man who falls for the real you is a man who will stay. Because he didn't fall for a performance, he fell for a person, and that's the kind of love that lasts. Boundaries are one of the strongest forms of self-respect, and they are one of the most attractive things you can have. A lot of people get it wrong. They think boundaries are about keeping people out. No, boundaries are about showing people how to treat you if they want to stay in. And here's the truth. A man will only value what you value about yourself. If you treat yourself like you're priceless, he's going to treat you like you're priceless. If you treat yourself like you're a discount, he's going to treat you like you're a discount. When you have boundaries, you send a clear message. This is what I allow, and this is what I won't accept. And you stick to it. That sticking to it part, that's the key. Because everybody can talk about boundaries, but real boundaries are proven when someone tries to cross them and you hold the line. That's where respect is built. A man might test your limits, not always in a bad way, sometimes just to see where you stand. But when you hold your ground, you instantly become different from everybody else. You're not desperate for his attention. You're not afraid to lose him. You know your worth. And that's powerful. Boundaries aren't about being cold or distant. They're about creating a safe space for yourself and for the relationship. A man actually feels more secure with a woman who has standards because he knows she's not going to accept just anything from anybody. It means if she chooses him, she truly wants him, not just the idea of having someone. Too many women are afraid to set boundaries because they think it'll scare a man away. And you know what? It might, but that's not a loss, that's a blessing. The wrong man will leave when he realizes he can't manipulate you, drain you, or take advantage of you. The right man will stay because he sees those boundaries as a sign of strength. A man with real character wants a woman who knows what she will and will not tolerate. Boundaries are also a form of teaching. You teach people how to treat you every time you accept or reject certain behavior. If a man shows up late without calling and you just smile and let it slide, you've taught him that your time isn't valuable. But if you calmly let him know that your time matters and you expect respect for it, you've taught him something different. And when he sees that you're consistent, not just with him, but in all areas of your life, that respect grows. Another thing people don't realize is that boundaries actually create attraction. When you tell a man, I won't accept less than this, you're saying you believe you deserve more. And men are drawn to that kind of self-belief. It's not arrogance, it's self-respect. And self-respect is magnetic. It makes a man want to rise to your level. Boundaries also protect your energy. When you don't have them, you end up giving too much time, too much effort, too much of yourself to people who haven't earned it. And once you're drained, you have nothing left to give to the people who truly matter. By having clear boundaries, you save your best self for those who deserve it. And here's the truth. Enforcing boundaries doesn't mean you have to yell, fight, or get aggressive. You can do it calmly, you can do it with kindness, but you do it firmly. A quiet no can be more powerful than a loud argument. Because at the end of the day, it's not about making someone else change. It's about making sure you don't change your values just to keep them. A man will fall for a woman who respects herself enough to have boundaries. He might not always say it out loud, but deep down, he knows that if you can protect your own value, you can protect the relationship too. And that's the kind of woman he won't want to lose.